Is it audible?
Not yet.
Wait, not audible?
Yes, not audible.
Okay. Share sound. How about now? How about now?
Still not audible.
Okay, I think it's better for you not. I have new Zoom and it's driving me crazy. Yeah,
No.
go ahead.
Ini aman. Yes. We're gonna do this and this. Before we start this meeting, let's see the housekeeping rules. Let's welcome our club president to do the opening remarks, Toastmasters Benjamin Whittaker.
Hello. All right, good. Like reading the chats. Welcome, ladies. So fun. It took me 38 years to be in a room full of all ladies. Nope, I got there's the jokes. Okay.
Gonna happen again.
It's fine. It'll maybe never happen again. All right, so we're all members here. So the idea is we already know the rules and everything like that. And it's great. Again, the idea for us as members of Toastmasters is to be consistent and show up. Now, coincidentally, I'm not going to be at the next meeting, but neither near here nor there. The idea is today our theme is emancipates. Right? It's pretty funny. We just had your guys's Independence Day yesterday, and today I believe is Constitutional Day in Indonesia. I don't know what that means. I had to look it up, but I had something to do with maybe when they signed the new constitution or something. But either way, emancipate means to kind of break free, right? When Abraham Lincoln in America emancipated the slaves, right? He released them, go home. It actually was a very interesting transition in America because most people that grew up did not even realize that they were free for years. There was no TikTok, Twitter, whatever. There were slaves that were still slaves because they had no way of getting to know the news, right? So they like one day some, African-American person, black person, essentially in America is like, what are you guys doing? And they're like, well, we work for these guys. Not anymore, man. The president that got shot like a while back, we freed you. No way. So the idea to be able to break free, and you can even emancipate yourself from your family. You have a really terrible childhood and you want to get rid of your parents. In America, you could do that. I don't know if you could do that in Indonesia, but people have known you could emancipate yourself from your family. But hopefully you guys don't emancipate yourselves from this club, right? You're stuck forever. Anyways, so awesome club meeting. Again, even though we're small in numbers now, it'll grow. We just got to be consistent and keep showing up and keep putting out really quality speeches and quality mentoring and quality feedback, and people will come. That's how it works. It's a cycle. how Toastmaster works. All right, so that is pretty much my little introduction. I'm going to introduce our Toastmaster of the evening, the wonderful Toastmaster, Intan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone. Fellow Toastmaster and dear guests, it's my privilege today and my pleasure to welcome you all to our weekly meeting, Bhinneka Toastmaster meeting. For the benefits of the guests, I would like to explain the structure of the meeting. The meeting will be divided into 3 rounds. The first one is prepared speech round, where members will be delivering speeches based on the projects and paths they have chosen. The second part of the session is the table topic round, where will be led by our Toastmaster table topic master, where member can practice speaking and speaking impromptu. And this round also known as the impromptu speech section. Well, the third and the final session is the evaluation round, in which all the prepared speeches as well as the other aspect of the session will be evaluated by the general evaluator and his or her team. And now I would like to call our general evaluator to introduce the role takers today. I would like to welcome Toastmaster Pipit.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the meeting, Intan. As you can see, I'm laying down in my bed right now in the dark, so I cannot turn on my cam. Sorry. But I hope Kartini represent me in the profile picture is enough to represent me. Obviously, I'm not even 1/10 of her, but she's the symbol of freedom to me. And that is related to our topic today. That's why she is there in my profile picture. Of course, everyone has different definition of what independence and freedom mean for different people. Some people can somehow reminds them of the struggle against colonization. Other people talk about freedom financially, financial freedom. Others talk about equality, freedom from being dependent on other people, things like that. All right, so that is a little bit about the profile picture. Now, before I continue rambling on about what independent means to me, I would like to introduce the team to help run this meeting today. The first role taker is our counter, and today's counter is Nancy. Please explain your job, Nancy.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and friend. My name is Nancy, and I will be serving as the counter. It is my responsibility to listen carefully to what speakers say and marking down any inappropriate word or sound used as a space filler. Space filler can be words such as and, well, but, so, Inappropriate sounds may be hum. I will also note when speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as double I, or this means, and at the end of the meeting, I will be back to present my report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Nancy, for the brief introduction of the counter's job. And the next one is our timer. Ben, please explain the role.
Yes, timer, very simple. We have 3 sessions in table Toastmasters, and you're going to see game red light, green light. So this is a stop sign. Let me reverse this. Bam, there we go. It is a stop sign. Some of us in Indonesia do not use these very well, right? But this is green. That would be for a speech, 5 minutes. 6 minutes is the yellow light, and the red light is 7 minutes. You can go up to 7:30. Go past 7:30, I'm going to do this. All right. And then the evaluation or table topics, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, till 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And then you'll start seeing this, right? And then the evaluation, 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 30, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And then after that, you'll see that. But please, let's not make me go up and down. Too much exercise. All right. Back to you, Madam G.
Thank you for the introduction to the timer's role, please welcome the next role player, which is our grammarian. Who is our grammarian? Please welcome Keisha.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. So hi, everyone, I'm Keisha, and I will be grammarian for tonight's meeting. So basically, grammarian, I will be picking up on any grammatical, pronunciation, maybe even spelling errors that we might make along the way. I will also take notes of some beautiful or unique phrases that maybe one of us may spew out in the middle of the meeting. And yeah, I'm going to be reporting it by the end of the day. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And then the next on the line is our counter. And usually our counter is combined with our Zoom master, none other than Natalie.
Yes, ballot counter. Thank you, GEP Pit. So my role is to launch the poll, and tonight we have two prepared speakers, two prepared speech evaluators, and also table topic speakers. So I'm going to launch the poll at the end and announce the favorite speakers by the end of this meeting. Back to you, GE.
Wait, what did I say earlier? Did I say counter or ballot counter?
I heard counter, but
Oh,
maybe,
sorry.
maybe my ears were
Ballot.
wrong. Sorry.
No. I'm more likely to make mistake here. So yes, it's supposed to be ballot counter, people. Right. We also have individual evaluator, which today we have one speaker. Oh wait, actually two speakers and two evaluators. However, I see Dini is not here yet. So as the meeting progress, I will keep on calling her to remind her that she's gonna be Natalie's evaluator. Okay, and that's all from the evaluation group. Please, or team, please welcome back our Toastmaster of the meeting, Intan.
Thank you, our general evaluator, Toastmaster Pipit. And now we'll go to the first session of the meeting, the prepared speech session. So I would like to call upon the first speaker for this round, Toastmaster Dian Pipi. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, Toastmaster Dian Pipi will be presented level 1, project 2, write a speech with a purpose. And I would like to call upon the evaluator of Toastmaster Dian Pipi. Toastmaster Ben, would you like to read the speech
Yes.
objective?
Okie doke. So Toastmaster Dion Pipi will be given a speech, and it is under writing a speech with a purpose. This will be her, where'd it go? There we go. It's under her, no, level 1, project 2, write a speech with a purpose, right? So the title of this speech is A Journey of a Caregiver. It's 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of the speech is to learn and review basic methods for writing a speech and define purpose, presented well-organized speech on any topic. So we can be learning about her, probably her title is A Journey of a Caregiver, 5 to 7 minutes. Ian Vivi, you're up.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen and fellow Toastmasters, 10 years ago, my husband's sister-in-law showed unusual behavior. She preferred to stay in the dark room, would not sleep until 3 hours, 3 days, I mean, and she preferred to silent. And her family claimed it was a black magic. Luckily, my mom was a health care worker. She suggested Sarah's family to take her to psychiatrist. It may be a mental illness symptom. However, no one take her to the psychiatry. So I decided to take her to my best friend. Her name is Dr. Aimi Nugroho. She is a psychiatrist and ever invite me to join Harmony Club It is a volunteer-run support club for people with mental illness. There, the people can share their feeling and then personal experience and treatment. Then Sarah was diagnosed with bipolar disorder with a manic symptoms. I don't know how to help her, but Dr. Amy said, Dian, it is good decision to take her here before it is late. It's late. As a caregiver in Harmony Club, in my experience, it more emotional stress than care physical condition, people with a physical condition. Because in my opinion, they are difficult to understand. Then in the Harmony meeting, we also have a meeting one in a month in one of the house of the member. At the moment, I sat next to the woman, mid-40, and she talked to us that she could not sleep until 3 days because she was busy to prepare her wedding with the richest man in Kediri. I remember at the time, Kediri. And then I thought, oh, Gudang Garam, the owner of Gudang Garam factory. Yes, after she talked about 40 minutes and the meeting end, I asked to Dr. Amy, Doctor, will she marry? No, Mbak. Monique, her name, diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And she is in manic condition. So in manic condition, the person so energetic until she could not sleep and she was so creative. And one of the member there I met, he could not write as a composition, but he could write so creative until 5 pages. Yeah. So I learned from the club as a caregiver, everyone can happen with a mental illness, from the rich, poor, genius to average, doctor to housewife. And because I cannot say or I got skill from the club, a month ago, one of my colleagues, I saw when she is in depressed, I just estimate, I think she gets bipolar. And one day, with her work burden, she also has a problem with her family. We talk. And then I don't know, she talked to me that, Miss Dian, I could not stand anymore until I visit psychologists. And most of them suggested me to visit psychiatrists. After I listened to her story, I just told her, are you bipolar? How do you know, Miss Dian? I could see, Miss. Yes. And you know, if I don't go to the psychiatrist, one level, I will get schizophrenia. So we cannot predict people around us has a mental illness, especially in Indonesia. When people get mental illness, they are stigmatized, while the stigmatization gives negatively impact to her or to them. Bypassing or they discriminated. Ladies and gentlemen, remember Sarah? After receive help and treatment, now she cured completely, and she owned bakery. Ladies and gentlemen, black magic can be magic if you in here or right position to those who need your help. Back to the Tom.
Such a great speech, Toastmaster DNPP, that it's also a reminder for us that everyone can be affected by mental health, and that is okay because it's like physical illness, mental illness also. So be aware, and thank you for the speech, DNPP. And now I would like to call upon the second speaker. We have Toastmaster Natalie, and will be evaluated by Toastmaster Dini.
I will evaluate Natalie because Dini cannot make it.
Okay. So I would like to call Toastmaster Pipit as the evaluator of the day.
Thank you. So Natalie's speech is actually, wait, sorry. All right, so level 3, project 1, inspire your audience from the path's strategic relationships, time 5 to 7 minutes, with the title Your Limit. And the objectives of the purpose of the speech is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others, and also for the members to inspire the audience. Please welcome Natalie with Your Limit. Your Limit, Natalie.
When I catch up with my old friend Prana, he told me that he just did a 30-day impossible challenge. That challenge included doing 30 push-ups in front of McDonald's, flirting with random strangers, and eating exotic animals. I was curious, Prana, why did you do those crazy challenges? Just because I just want to try. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever had an impossible challenge in your life? Not like Prana, but something that seems so far-fetched to happen. As a mere human, when we are faced with difficult challenges, more often than not, we try to avoid it. We try to limit our challenge rather than challenge our limit. I remember back in 2016, my English-speaking church wanted to start Bahasa service. Since my pastor, Pastor Don, is half US and half Italian, he could not speak a speck of Bahasa Indonesia. When he knew I graduated from Australian University, he asked me, "Hey, Natalie, why don't you interpret me for the Sunday service?" Pastor Don, I've never done it before. I've never done any interpreting. I don't know if I can do it. It's very easy. You just need to come, follow me, and just do whatever I said. Okay. So I came to the church that Sunday with no expectation and no preparation, except to just come and follow him. So I come up to the stage with him, and when he started preaching, my brain froze. I was blanking out and freaking out because I could not keep up with whatever that he said. Remember, he's half Italian. So he was so passionate and spoke so fast, I could not even recognize any single verses of the Bible that he quoted. when he ended his sermon, he passionately said, "Amen." And I said, "Amen." It was quite traumatic, honestly, for me. And I didn't really want to do it again the next week. But then my pastor said, "Natalie, the first time is always the hardest. Do it again next week and you'll get better." "Okay, pastor, but I need to prepare more. Can you send me your sermon notes?" "Sure." So the week after, I prepared myself a little bit better. And when I went up the stage, I did slightly better. Progress doesn't magically happen in 1 week. But I felt much better compared to the first time I did it. Time passed by, and I have done volunteering at my church as an interpreter for about 2 years until I started to get the hang around it. And by the end of that 2 years, in 2018, my pastor gave me a special award, the Most Improved Volunteer. And he said, "Honestly, Natalie, when you first did interpreting, I wanted to give up on you. But since God does not give up on us, so I give you another chance." Yeah, thanks, Pastor. TMI. Hey, but then that experience helped me to develop an aptitude and curiosity about the world of interpreting. I kept volunteering at my church, and suddenly in 2022, my old friend Wendy, a professional interpreter, reached out to me. "Natalie, I've heard that you have been volunteering at your church, right, as an interpreter. Do you want to shadow me in this job that I got?" "Wendy, I know I want to, but I don't have any training or professional experience. I'm afraid I will be a burden for you." "It's okay, Natalie. This is just like a meeting to our meeting, you can just come and I will support you." Okay. Little did I know that meeting turned out to be a G20 side event, the sign up of World Water Forum 2024. Oh my gosh, that meeting left me in tatters. I was sweating a lot. I was stuttering during my turn. I took only 5 minutes, and then Wendy did the whole hour. So I was so hard carried by Wendy during that meeting. But after that, even though it was a rough patch, it made me feel exhilarated because, hey, this is such a new world. Very interesting. I want to do it again and I want to learn more about it. So that's what I did. One offer opened up another door for another offer. And then this May, I have been working as an interpreter for 1.5 years, and I got a job at World Water Forum as an interpreter. The first event that I joined where I was stuttering and sweating, and luckily in this job, after 1.5 years of experience, I kept my composure and I think I did my best. Of course, it's not 100% because we are just human, but the key is I felt like when I challenge my limit expands. So ladies and gentlemen, what are some challenges that you have been avoiding? What are some things that you put a limit into? Maybe it's time to just say, okay, I'm gonna try it. And then see how far you can stretch your limit. Because when you challenge your limit will expand. Back to you, Tom.
Such a wonderful speech. As always, Toastmaster Natalie sharing about her experience, first time how to become an interpreter, professional interpreter right now. It takes for all 5 years, Natalie?
Volunteering 6
Voluntary,
years.
6 years, yeah, from voluntary, and then now as a professional interpreter. So the lesson of the day is you have to choose challenge our limit or limit our challenge. So that always be the first time in everything. It's always be hard, but you can try again, and you can be better than the first time. Okay, that's all for our prepared speech session. And the next one, we have the challenge of the meeting, that is table topic round. So we have the table topic master who will be conducting the session of the day. And please help me in welcoming the table topic master for the day, Toastmaster Natalie. Back again.
Hi, I'm back again as your table topic master. So this is the chance and the opportunity for you to practice your impromptu speech speaking. Sorry, my braces really drive me mad. Okay. And you can start learn to think on your feet. As you're all Toastmasters, I'm pretty sure you're familiar. It's 1 to 2 minutes, 1 minute green, 1.5 minute yellow, 2 minutes red, 30 seconds to conclude. It's a great opportunity to practice and make sure that you're on progress in achieving whatever goal that you have put on yourself. The table topic tonight will revolve around the theme, Freedom Echoes, celebrating Independence Day of Indonesia. As we are only a small group, everyone will have a chance to speak. I would like to open the floor for the first volunteer. The choice is either you speak now or you speak later. That's it. You need to speak. Who wants to go first? Yes, Ben. Okay, I'm gonna time you. So Ben, you can unmute yourself. And my question is, Ben, have you ever felt like you have lost your freedom? Have you ever felt like you have lost your freedom? Ben.
Raise your hand if you are a parent. Yes. So, what is it? May 12th, 2024. For the rest of my life, I have lost my freedom. I am now responsible for a human being, which, if you are a parent, you now have this chains and shackles of constant worry forever. When I was a kid, my mom would always say, you know, when you go out on the weekend or a Friday, when you come home, make sure you come home at 12 or 1 or whatever it was at the age I was still at home. And I was actually pretty good. My sister was actually more of the rebel, and she would miss curfew. But my mom would never go to sleep until we got home. We still had cell phones. This is my senior year and of high school. So we just got a cell phone. So she could always call us, but she would have this constant worry. And I wouldn't get it. I'm like, Mom, I'm fine. But I wasn't a parent. I was a teenage boy. But now, for the last 3 months and 6 days, walking down the stairs with this little fragile thing, making sure I hold on to the rail and go step by step by step. I cannot be as careless anymore. I have this lack of freedom where now this one thing that can't even walk yet, just learning how to hold his head up a little bit and, roll over like a little puppy, is now my warden, essentially, and jail keeper forever and ever and ever. So yes, I have no freedom for the rest of my life. Back to you, table topic master.
All right, thank you, Ben. Good to know that you lost your freedom. Sarcastic laugh. Intan will say, oh, welcome to the club. All right, thank you, Ben. Funny yet very realistic sharing from you. I would like you to point out the next person.
Our youngest member, Parker Marion. Yes, yeah. Hi. You're up next.
Okay, Keisha. Hang on. Okay, I think this question suits you. Keisha, What do you think were the biggest challenges faced by Indonesia in gaining independence from colonial rule? What do you think were the biggest challenges faced by Indonesia in gaining independence from colonial rule?
Back in 1945, it was a time of turmoil, huge turmoils. And it was not just in Indonesia, it was all over the world. Japan, and the Dutchland who were colonizing us. But there was one thing that Indonesia had back then that would be a challenge to us now. And back then, it was the sense of belonging and the sense of community, the sense of being on the same page, because everyone was suffering at that time. Everyone wanted that independence, to be emancipated from having to work and not being paid for, and having their family members literally murdered in front of their eyes. They wanted that freedom. Again, they wanted to be emancipated. But if there was one challenge that they faced back then, it was the sense that they did not have anything of their own. Our lands were not our own. Our jobs were not our own, because everything that we had back then was given to us and quite literally forced upon us to work for it. But one thing that we could learn from them is, again, their sense of community. Because even though now Indonesia with Pancasila, with Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, it really forces us to stick together as a community and then love everyone despite the differences and whatever. But sometimes we don't see that. And more often than not, that is not the case. Maybe it could be because we are losing a sense of being Indonesian, because we are now being globalized, and everything that we see on the media, it makes us think that we are a part of other culture when really deep down we are Indonesian. So from this story, I hope that we can all learn that deep down we're still Indonesian, and that is first and foremost who we are and what we need to go by day. Back to you, TTN.
Wow, very nice observation. It's not just nice, actually, it's deep and thoughtful. So thank you for sharing that deep and thoughtful reflection. I resonated a lot when you said everything that they had was not their own. So yeah, it was a sad truth. All right, you can point out the next person, Keisha.
All right, I'll give it to Toastmaster Nancy.
Nancy. Okay, Nancy. What does freedom mean to you personally? What does freedom mean to you personally, Nancy?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think I have said this before, that I came from entity, Kupang, and Kupang is the city, but back then I was not from the city. So I spent my babies like 5 years time in a remote place that far away from the city. And the access of the road, the access of the clean water, and even the access of the electricity was not. And yeah, at that time I felt like freedom, it was not when we get rid of the colonial, but freedom is when we get rid of these struggles back into the remote places. So even now they can get the electricity in my village, but not with the clean water. People need to walk approximately about 5 kilometers to get the clean water. And of course, many people want to help, but it's not an easy, because many places involved. So they have to work on one place to another place, and it takes a lot of time. So from this story, I would say that freedom is not only to get rid of the colonial, but freedom for me is to get rid of the struggles that I do believe that every place should get like the equal. Yeah, I mean, like we should be equal from this place. And when I stay in Java, I ever went to a village as well. But I was very surprised because the village here is totally different with the village in NTT. The village is like the city. It's like the small city in NTT. So back to you.
Wow, thank you very much, Nancy. I think we heard so many different perspectives, which is great. And when Nancy shared her definition of freedom, it reminded me of a quote, which is like a national motto. I think France national motto, liberty, égalité, and fraternité. I think it's something like that. Maybe my pronunciation was wrong, but basically freedom, equality, and also fraternity. Yeah, it comes hand in hand. So thank you for sharing and reminded us about that again, Nancy. You can pick the next person, Nancy.
Okay, I'm choosing Toastmaster Intan.
Okay, Toastmaster Intan. I think this is good for you. Toastmaster Intan, what is your favorite traditional game as part of Independence Day celebration? What is your favorite traditional game as a part of Independence Day celebration, Toastmaster Intan?
Thank you, Toastmaster Natalie. So my favorite traditional game as a part of our Independence Day is Panjat Pinang. Maybe all of you guys remember, but it's rarely seen nowadays, the Panjat Pinang. If you, maybe Asia and Nancy, have you saw the Panjat Pinang game before in your area? Yeah, that was my favorite because everyone the clothes, everything. Yeah, but it's very difficult to reach the top because how to say, full with the oil or black oil, I don't know. And I never done that before because I felt that it's too difficult for me, and maybe most of the participant is papa or the boys, and they have to like push everyone. That is really hard. I think that was the heart, the top of the Independence Day, and that is my favorite. But I have the second one, like balap karung. Balap karung, you have to put inside your body into a bag of how to say karung, yeah, and then you have to jump, and who is the fastest will be the winner. And that is really hard because maybe after 2 jumps you will like rolling down, and that was really funny. And the third one, it seems easy, but it's really hard. Like makan kerupuk, you have to eat the kerupuk from the how to say. It's really hard because the community side you cannot use your head, just use your mouth, and you have to. It's really hard, even for the kids or for the adults. And what does it mean? The traditional game. It teaches us the struggle. Every single traditional game, which is in our Independence Day, teach us, the youngster, the adult, the struggle, that it is hard to reach something, that you have to work first, that you have to how to say, yeah. So to reach our independence, you have to work really hard. Thank you, Toastmaster Natalie.
Thank you, Toastmaster
I didn't
Intan.
see the time. Sorry.
No problem. You can unseen Ben. No, sorry. Just kidding. Thank you for sharing that. I was surprised your first choice was Panjat Pinang. That, like you said, it's rarely seen right now. More common, the balap karung or kelereng or makan kerupuk or even the pakuan. Not
Tug of
Pak-
war.
but yes, and Tug of War band. That's the only literally a game that can be easily translated to English. And thank you for sharing the meaning, because I think younger generation now, when they do the game, sometimes they forgot what it actually means, and they just think that it's part of the celebration. But it reminds us of the struggle. So thank you for sharing that. You can pick the next one, Intan.
Okay, so Toastmaster Pipit maybe?
Okay. Pipit, and then from
Yes.
Pipit, we go to Dian Fifi. Okay, so Pipit first. I'm gonna give you an impromptu question,
Ha ha ha.
of course. This one's customized especially for you. As a teacher,
Mhm.
how do you see the current generation living up the spirit of independence? As a teacher, how do you see the current generation living up the spirit of independence? Toastmaster Pipit.
Hello, everyone. I am indeed a teacher, but my Indonesian students that I teach are not regular Indonesian students. So they are either usually half Indonesian, so they have a different nationality, or they feel somehow out of place living in Indonesia. So we usually call them the third culture kid. So they feel like they don't belong here. But when they go to United States or you go to other countries, they also don't feel belong there as well. So it's hard to pinpoint whether they have sense of nationalism or whether they actually care at all about Independence Day and stuff. So that is the students that I deal with every day. So they don't really speak Indonesian language, and then I suspect sometimes they don't know who the president is, something like that, right? So it's totally a different ball game. Okay. However, the current generation in general, in my opinion, I'm not gonna tear them down because I see a lot of posts trying to compare between today's generation and the 90s generation, the generation before the internet, things like that. We were the only one who had fun and knew about all of this national songs. While today's children, they don't know about any of this. I'm not going to do that because totally we are raised in a different environment. They are born into the technology, they are born into globalization. So it is somehow natural when they don't have a strong sense of nationalism, basically. And it's very natural. You can go to other countries as well. I don't think they know word by word of all their national songs or something like that. So today's generation, in my opinion, they are also doing their best the way they know how. Yeah, so I know a lot of our students are in the Olympic, uh, educational Olympic, like science Olympiad and things like that. And we just witnessed the Olympiad in Paris, for example. We got several golds. So they try their best according to the situation they are given to them. So yes, I think in essence, every generation is almost the same. That we can only try our best. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. We can only try our best. I totally agree with you. Honestly, if I have this conversation with someone younger than me, it kind of gave me some flashback to when, people from our era will remember, where we were forced to remember all the chapters of Constitution, all the lyrics on the national songs. Yeah, but I do agree with that. We're just trying to do our best in the given situation. All right, last but not least, Dian Fifi. Dian Fifi, what was the best part about Indonesian history that you learned in school? What was the best part about Indonesian history that you learned in school? Dian Fifi.
The best part when I learned history is Independence, Indonesia Independence Day. I don't know, because when I was primary and secondary school, I was not interested in history, but I just listened to my civic teachers and history teacher. So now I feel I have more nationalism. And remember when our president B.J. Habibie passed away, and I was in Jakarta, and then I was a new teacher in Global Montessori School, and I visited his grave in Taman Pahlawan Kalibata. And then I was surprised when I saw around B.J. Habibie, I saw many heroes that I learned from the book. And then when I saw back Bu Ani, and then I saw Abdul Ruslan, and then the most famous people in Indonesia. And about Independence Day, because some history said that we got it from Japan, yes, and then some of the because the spirit of your people Rengas Dengklok. So whatever it is, independent days, we got it with struggle, blood from Indonesia people. Okay, back to the.
Thank you, Dian Fifi. Yeah, you just took us on a memory lane with the historical events that happened and also some historical figures. Yeah, man, when you say B.J. Habibie, I'm like, I don't think people who were born in the early 2000 until now actually understand who B.J. Habibie is. But then, yeah, so thank you for sharing that. All right, can we ask the timer for the timing report, please?
Yes. Okay. Time report. Me. Thank you, Natalie. 148. Yesha 157. Ninchi 214. Inten 243. Pipit 238. And Dion PP 153. Meaning Inten and Pipit, you don't count. You went over time. But we did like hearing what you had to say.
Did it on
Pause at that.
purpose.
I'm sure you did. That's good spirit. Yes, Indonesian Independence Day, lose on purpose. That's
Thank
not
you,
happening.
Mr. Timer. Can you also share the timing report for the prepared speech session, please?
Yes. Natalie 645, and Dion 654.
Okay, so both are eligible to be voted.
Yes.
Okay, thank you all. I hope you got inspired by our meeting tonight. The questions reminded us about the meaning of struggles and the true value of independence. And I hope you will be emancipated from all fears that drag you down and all restrictions that put up to you by society or anything, because the future is in your hands. Back to you, Madam Tom.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Natalie is our travel topic master. And now we come to the heart of the Toastmaster meeting, the evaluation.
Photo first, photo.
Oh, first we have photo session. So
I will take it.
the first pose,
Yeah.
like in the president pose, I think. We should wear and white,
One
right?
normal pose
Okay.
first. Normal. 1, 2. Okay. Next one, independent. Merdeka. How do I? Okay, because I'm left hand. Okay. Merdeka. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Thank you.
Okay. The next part is the important session of the Toastmaster meeting. So constructive feedback will be given to each speaker as well as the overall meeting, so that members can benefit from the experience of evaluator and become a better speaker next time. And for this, we have the general Toastmaster to conduct the session. Time is yours.
Pipit, you're still unmute.
Okay. I was focusing on Ben doing this. What is it? All right. So yes, evaluation session is the last session of the day. The first evaluator is Ben, who will evaluate the NVP. Yeah. So because Ben is doing time, I mean, it's the timer, not doing the time. That means he went to jail. So I'll check if I do. I don't have actually the filter. This is again new Zoom.
Mimi,
So
I
okay, Natalie will be the timer. All right, please welcome Ben, the first evaluator.
All right, Toastmaster DMVP, welcome back. Thank you for coming. I always like your speeches because they have something very straightforward with your point. And I always enjoy topics on mental health, and because my background is psychology, my master's is in counseling, addiction counseling specifically, and having run-ins with people that suffer from bipolar, schizophrenic, and other various mental health disorders. I have a DSM manual right here, right? It's crazy, full of a lot of stuff. So I always get really triggered. So it's kind of a serendipitous thing where I get to kind of listen even more carefully because I actually enjoy the topic. One thing I like to focus on when anybody's giving a speech, and I've been teaching these kids for a year on debate, and their competition is coming up. I really try to encourage them to hook the audience right away. Hardest thing is to get someone's attention. Second hardest is to keep it. And the most important thing you say is in the beginning and at the end. The one thing I really want to commend you on is you mentioned something about black magic in your introduction, and you closed with it, right? I wish there was a little bit more about black magic in the middle, but I understood the metaphor. Now, also something to work on with that black magic was your introduction. When you started off, you did a very generic greeting. It's like, hi, everyone. That's very generic. It's okay. It's not bad. But I would have really enjoyed it because once you said black magic, my ears started triggering. I would have led off with black magic and maybe give a little anecdote, short story about this black magic, right? Because I know like a lot of, third world developing countries where mental disorders and mental health is still stigmatized. Even in America is stigmatized, but it's becoming more and more open where people are getting more help for it and people are able to talk about it openly. And people in high levels of power are talking about it as well. So having that introduction, that trigger word, black magic, is going to get people's attention. And that's going to really be able to keep our focus. Because then, again, you close with it really well. I liked. Also, one thing, a lot of times when you're speaking, your tone is like kind of monotonous at times. But the moment you started talking about, was it a location? I'm going to mispronounce it probably, but Janduri, is that the name of the location? Something about, I remember Janduri or something. You really perked up. And again, my ears kind of perked up as well, where you got really excited and you started talking with a smile. When you talk with a smile, it like pushes out like happiness and more of a positive energy where it lets your audience know, ooh. But then you went back to kind of the serious tone, which mental health is a serious issue. One thing I would really encourage is to kind of mix around your emotions a little bit. But other than that, great speech. Keep going. Keep coming back. We want more. Back to you, Madam G.
Thank you. And that would be me again. Right. And then I will also, thank you, Ben, for the evaluation. And yes, Dia needs that encouragement to keep on going because it's been 6 months since the last time she delivered her speech. Okay. And we don't want to wait another 6 months for the next one. All right. So the next evaluator is me. And then I will evaluate on behalf of Dini. And my time starts, Janet, in 3, 2, 1. It's difficult to evaluate Natalie for the obvious reason. She knows the nuts and bolts of public speaking. And of course, yeah, we don't need to talk about the opening, the closing, the delivery, the what is it called? The atmosphere she creates, things like that. And moreover, right now, the challenge is not that high in terms of she talks in front of her friends, us, basically. So the pressure is somehow almost non-existent, I would say, right, Nat? Because it's like talking to a friend. And that is actually the best strategy of public speaking is uh, deliver your speech as if you are talking to your friends and telling them about what happened to you. And this is exactly what Natalie did. So listening to her, not only the story was also familiar. I listened to Natalie's speech talking about this before, but also I listened to her story in private life as well, in private conversation. So, oh yeah, I know this one. So that makes it easier to understand the content and also the inspiration that she was trying to share with others. However, I would like to underline one thing that I hope I can contribute to Natalie's progress in speech is the content itself. I think it's less likely about push your limit. I somehow disagree with the emphasis of the speech. So I think it was more like how you persevere through challenges, basically, or the feeling when you almost gave up. So if you, everyone remembers, then she was asked to interpret for the first time in at the church, right? She almost gave up and saying that it was the only, I'm not gonna do that again. Or even the pastor also admittedly said that, okay, I'm not gonna invite Natalie back or something like that. So basically, uh, imagine if she did give up, what would happen? She would never get probably this opportunity to be the actual interpreter at the Water Forum event 2 years after that, right? So there's the chain reaction here is not obvious, but you can somehow look back and make it obvious to your audience that if I gave up that time, this would not happen to me. Same thing happened as when you try to be a professional interpreter, try to shadow your friend. Your friend did the whole hour while you did for 5 minutes, right? Other people probably also gave up, either because, okay, resigned to desperation, like I'm not going to be able to do this, or too embarrassed to continue because only help for 5% of the time, right? So basically, but imagine if I gave up that time, then I would not suddenly get this career, something like that. So the point here, I think, is about the power of perseverance, and then take your audience to listen, to imagine what happened if you gave up. Then you would never be able to get all of these things that you appreciate years after that. So that is it, my evaluation. Thank you. And that was it, the evaluation session. I stopped at 3:33. I know that. Or 37, yes. Okay. Next one is evaluation team. I would like to call the counter report. Please welcome Nancy.
Hi, Miss. Can we go with grammarian first?
Okay.
Or timer, maybe?
Yes. Oh, timer. Please share the time. Timer.
Okay, thank you. Mine was 312 evaluation,
Yeah.
and yours is 336. I win.
Yes.
All right.
You're welcome.
Anyways, good job. Thank you again for letting me win. All right, that's it. I have to go. Bye. Thank you so much.
Wait, why?
I have
Yes,
class.
Oh, you have class? Oh, okay.
Okay,
Bye,
Ben.
Ben.
Bye.
Thank you, Ben.
Bye-bye.
Can I launch the poll first so that we can vote?
For the table topic, yeah.
And then the speaker.
Oh,
mean,
yeah. Both
if-
are eligible, yeah.
Yeah, the evaluation is there, but then just ignore it. You can just vote Pipit,
Okay.
but the actual winner is Ben.
Okay. Where is it? I see. Done. All right, while waiting, let's call our grammarian, Keisha.
Okay, so for the grammarian session today, I actually only noted two incorrect sort of grammar errors here. The first one is I heard give negatively impact. So it's supposed to be give negative impact. Maybe this is kind of an error because the negative is supposed to be like an adjective, right? It's supposed to be something that is negative, but it does not need to use the li part. So only negative impact. And then, wait, hold on. Oh yeah, I also heard there always be and it always be. It's supposed to be there will always be and it will always be. But yeah, that's so far the only things that I noted from the entire meeting session. But I did hear a interesting quote from our TTM, Miss Natalie, which is liberty, equality, and fraternity. So I actually just heard that and I looked it up. And maybe this is just for the more you know, it was from the French Revolution. And it has a great meaning actually, and very in correlation with Nancy's speech, I think. Liberty, equality, and fraternity, which means friendship. So yeah, I think that's all that I have for the grammarian session today. Back to GE.
By the way, this is the book, The French Revolution. All right, please welcome Nancy, our accountant.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. My Windows is closed.
It's okay, Nancy.
Okay.
Take your time if you need to reset it again.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. I want to appreciate that you guys did a very great job. And as the accountant, hopefully with my report, we can take it as an evaluation, of course, and as a learning process for a better performance in our future speech. I'm sorry, it's a little bit okay. It's still loading. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, but it's still loading.
Okay, let's wait for a few seconds. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, and still loading. Okay, let's wait for a while. There are some things that
Sleep.
hopefully still loading, no worries. We can wait for a
Do you
while.
want me to do GE evaluation first?
Oh, okay, but while
Let
I
it
share the
load.
screen, is it?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So I like to deliver my evaluation. So right now, today we were a bit late, but I think it's very negligible. We were only 3 minutes late, so I think it's fine. And then a lot of the role takers are somehow not complete. So we actually had to scramble looking for the role takers. But I think it has been going on for some time now, right, Natalie? Yeah, so we need to talk to our members about this. So maybe we need to have a meeting or something like that where everyone can attend. So we try to somehow revive their sense of belonging or something. So we can encourage them to take a roles. It doesn't have to be next meeting, but if you can make it the next 2 or 3 meetings, I hope it's gonna work that way, right?
Yes, Pipit. On that point, maybe I would like to propose an idea to change our meeting time instead of Sunday evening, because Sunday is usually reserved for family. Maybe we can make it weekdays evening and see if most people are open for that. Then we can try it on September.
Okay. That would be a problem for me, but it's okay. I can somehow move my class, so I'll try my best. Okay. But let's see. I'm all about democracy. So if everyone or most of us agree with on weekdays, also fine. Yeah. All right. Let's see which one is the most possible for everyone. Okay. All right. So that is that one. And then I think everyone, once we get our role here, we have done did to the best of our ability. Our evaluators, our accountant, she's about to do it, but I can see it's very organized. She's using Ellie Curtis template, and also Keisha took a note of all of the interesting use of grammar, yeah, the negative and also the positive one. And then timer also did their job well. So basically, cannot complain, yeah, with very limited members we have who can attend today's meeting, right? And that is it. Oh yeah, we did not share the posters basically in the Division G and also the district notice board.
We
Usually,
did
when?
yesterday. It's a day before the meeting.
Oh, really? In the notice board in district?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not in it.
Yes, they have like a new group called
Oh,
Collaboration.
that's why I didn't see it, because I'm only all right. So there's a new group, yeah, which I don't belong there. All right. So all right then, if it's true. But even with that, still cannot have role takers, yeah.
I think part of it is because of the conference and also holiday.
I see. Okay. All right. Thank you for the clarification. Now let's call Nancy, who is ready with her counter report.
Okay, everyone, back again with me, Nancy. I'm using another device for a better voice. Okay, so here is my report as the counter. You guys can take a look. I will not mention one by one, but you can take a look into your into your name. But here I want to point out one thing. It is the word so. Many of us are using the word so either at the beginning of the sentence, in the middle of the sentence, and at the end of the sentence. Hopefully, in the future, we can work on it to reduce the word so. And here, maybe Miss Pipit, I heard this. Most of the so is used in your table topic. Table topic. And for the most for non-lexical, as usually it is most of us are using us, and maybe we can work into all these lexical and non-lexical words for a better speech for better speech in the future. And I would like to point out here it is Miss Natalie. I didn't hear any lexical or non-lexical, and also Keisha. For the word so and but, you are using this in your report, but for table topic, you did really great. Non-lexical, and there is no non-lexical and also lexical words. I am so proud of you guys. So keep working on this. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Nancy. By the way, Nancy, we probably need to teach every member to use the counter AI, the one provided by Toastmasters. I personally haven't learned how to do it, but someone is actually will count our yeah. So next time when we lack role, then Nancy will be speech evaluator instead, for example. Yeah. So I think I don't know. We need to attend training or something. Nat, do you know how to do it?
Yeah, so good news is Alicia Curtis is one of the ambassador for Udly. That's the AI software that Toastmasters is using. So I asked her to do an education session on how to use Udly on September. She will confirm to me which date or time. If we want to change our meeting time and date, I need to confirm with her.
Okay.
But she said yes.
By the way, Nat, I would like to practice because today is my first time using my new Zoom.
Mhm.
See if you can hear it. Yeah.
Yes.
This one we can, yeah. Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you for the opportunity. We will learn it from Alice how to use the doodly.
Yudli.
Doodly is something else. Okay, Yudli as the counter. So Nancy, I would like to challenge you to either deliver a speech next time or be an evaluator. Okay?
Okay, Miss.
All right then. Thank you so much. Now let's go to our ballot counter to announce the winners today.
Okay, so it's just one role that I have almost all the time in this meeting, which is to announce the winner. And I'm so happy to do it. So please, can you take a picture of the winner? Pipit? Okay. The first one, we're going to crop him in. Best evaluator by default, just by showing up on time. Toastmaster Benjamin Whitaker.
I would like to, can we highlight someone
Yes, I'll
and then
highlight
replace his?
Intan.
All right.
Yeah, Intan. And then,
1, 2, 3. There you go.
yeah. Yeah, remote spotlight. The next one is the best speaker. Goes to yours truly. Thank you.
Natalie. Highlight yourself.
Okay. Spotlight.
Natalie with the new brace. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Thank you very much. Next, last but not least, we have a very tight competition in table topics, but this time the winner is Toastmaster Nancy Affy.
Yes. Let's highlight. Spotlight. Sorry, not highlight. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, sorry. Got it.
Finish?
Finish.
Okay. Stop sharing. Great. All in all, thank you very much. I'm going to take over as the acting president of this meeting. Thank you guys for showing up, stepping up, and keep working on your progress. Our club, as you know, with everything, there's ups and downs, and maybe we're on the ebb phase, on the valley.
Low tide.
At the low tide moment at this time, but then the only way is up. So I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty optimistic on how we can always, as usual, manage the challenges and move back up again. Don't forget that you can always access your pathways. If you have any questions about your project, you can reach out to me personally. If you are wondering how to use Toastmasters International, Basecamp, whatever, just let me know, and then I will show it to you either one-on-one, or we're gonna have like a small group. If you have any questions, if you have any input or feedback on how to enrich the meeting or make it more interesting, we can always apply the idea. Our club is pretty flexible in this sense. We're not really following a rigid structure. So feel free to use your creative juices and keep it flowing. And we're gonna give you a platform and opportunity to do so. If you wanna practice for your presentation at university, if you wanna practice your speech contest speech, just do it. We can give you like extra time for evaluation so you can get the best and optimum feedback.
Round robin.
Right. Yes. Welcome back, Dian Fifi, after 6 months. Yeah, don't worry if somebody is missing. Pipit is counting the date. So you will always be on her radar. Welcome also Intan as a Tom. I think it's been like 3 months since you last Toming.
Yeah, you're counting the date too.
Thank you. I'm a VP. All right. I think that's all. There's nothing I'm going to add on.
Next meeting will be, so we don't know. Next meeting most likely will be on after the poll, yeah?
After the poll. So
Okay.
I think, how do you guys want to proceed? Is it okay to just put on like poll in the WhatsApp group and then each of you can vote, or you can unmute yourself and share your idea?
Yeah, we can do that in WhatsApp, so we can make a choice on the weekends.
I'm just gonna throw it out there that the most possible for me is Thursday. That's like the most. It's just.
Yeah, we can give like each what do you call it, option, each day option.
Like 1, 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Like impossible. You have a column for the impossible days are black. So we know what days to avoid. If there
Okay.
are, yeah, okay.
Let's talk about this after the meeting because I rarely use WhatsApp polls, so somebody else needs to.
I can do it, yeah, but just tell me what's in it. Yeah.
Okay.
All
All right.
right.
Thank you, everyone. See you
Alright.
again in our next meeting. Remember, do your project and
Yeah.
keep resting.
Thank you.
Have
Okay,
a
bye.
great week. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, everyone.
Thank you.